I think every artist says, well, the instructor makes it look so easy. What would do if I were sitting with my cup of coffee in front of the easel? What would I look at? Because what I would do next is I would put this up on my easel and I would sit back and I would study it. And you can say, well, I can sit and study it all day long, but what is it saying to me? And I always say, let your painting speak to you. And I have many students that say, well, my painting is mute. My painting isn't saying anything. But it is saying something to you. And that's where you can get your list out of elements and principles of design. Elements are the line, shape, direction, size, texture, color, and value. So these are the tools we use to compose our sketches, our drawings in the first place. These are the tools that we select our subject matter from to make sure it has those things. So that is the elements. The difference with the principles are how we apply those tools. And how we apply them is in balance, gradation, repetition, contrast, harmony, dominance, and unity. So that's the difference between elements and principles. And many students just think, well, there's just all of those things and I don't get any of them. But they're really quite simple. The tools you use to put it together and then the tools you use to organize it. So if I were sitting in front of my easel thinking about my painting, I would first say to myself, does it have line? Yes. Does it have shape? So shape is some large shapes, some mid shapes, and some small shapes. I'm a little light on that area, so I'm going to want to make some of my shapes a little bit more important and some of them less important. Direction. Yes, I have a nice direction coming through. Do I have texture? Yes, good texture in the basket versus the smoothness of the pins. And we thought about that ahead of time. Color, obviously, we've got some color. And value, we went through the values and we have all the way 2 through 9, so we have a good value. So we've got the bones of the painting are good. So that's the first thing I would say when I sat in front of my easel. And if any of those things were exceptionally weak, I would think, how can I give it a better bone structure to start with? Then if I determined I had most of those things, no painting has all of those things, then I would look and say, is there balance? Yes. Is there gradation? Got some nice gradated shapes here, so the gradation is there. Repetition, obviously. I'm a pattern person, so repetition is a no-brainer for me. I have contrast because I have all my values. Harmony, yes, because of our color tones and the blending of our cools and warms, especially the pouring portion of the demonstration gave us harmony. There is a dominance, but that's a little weak right now. It's a little bit half cool and half warm. So I'm going to want to play one of those up, and I'm going to choose to play up the warm. So I'm going to make more of my pins warm and less of them cool. And unity, yes, I think it has unity. So right there, sitting in front of my painting, I can say it's got most of the stuff, and that helps you to know where to make the changes.